Hi, this video is a quick guide on how to support your student enrolled in a period We'll See What Honor Choir, and perhaps students as well may find this useful. The first thing I'm going to do is start at School Loop. So parents, if you go to the We'll See What website, which is wcw.schoolloop.com, on the left-hand side, you'll be able to register for an account so you can have access to your students' grades. Students can do this as well. And once you log in, you'll see classes and grade books and assignments that have been posted. And it'll perhaps look more like this with assignments on the top and grades entered on the bottom. I've minimized it so we don't see students' grades, but you can see the average for the class with 75% for their first part check, which is a bit lower than I like. The bell curve is right around a B minus for the average score, and that's what we have for the assessment a couple days ago. So students made a huge improvement from a week ago to a couple days ago. So let's talk about what is a part check. State Standard 2.1 for music ensembles in the advanced category states that students should be able to, I'll show you, sing a repertoire of vocal literature representing different cultures and styles with the following things, and be able to do it for songs that are very difficult, level 5 out of a difficulty scale of 1 through 6. The songs we're doing so far are not very difficult, and students are allowed to use their music. So it's a good beginning, even if your student is a freshman, or if your student is a senior that's beginning this group for the first time. This is a good starting point that we've begun together. So let's look at the first assignment together. It says ding dong third verse with repeat on different lyrics and chorus once, and whatever that means. And then solite non-English verse. To find out more about it, you can click on the assignment and you'll see something similar to this window, which describes the assignment, and it says please see the attached rubric for how students are graded. And students can look at this and plan ahead and know that to get a superior in each category, they need to do the things in the superior column. And if a student or if a parent of a student sees that their student is receiving an average check mark in a lot of different rows, it's easy to know what can be done to move up. And sometimes I write individual comments as well for singers. My more advanced students who have the pitch and rhythm down and are now working on tone quality, expression, and diction, I'm encouraging them to sing in the appropriate style. A lot of them sing in pop style, and so I'm asking them to round their lips and to lift their soft palate. That's a common issue among beginning singers, to just stay in their home base performance style and not switch. So they're working on that. My more beginning singers may be struggling with simply learning the pitch and rhythms to the songs. So how can a singer, if they don't play the piano and are really busy at home, and of course they have many other classes, how can they sort of do all of this on their own? And there are a few tools that I recommend using. One is YouTube. Look up the song that we are doing and put in the composer or the arranger's name too, so you get the exact arrangement we're learning in class, and then sing along to it. If students are focused and using their sheet music in class, then most of the time that will be sufficient. However, if they're walking home or to school, or if they're driving, or if they have any downtime in which they could be listening, YouTube is a great resource. So is the Mr. Hawkins Choirs app, which has practice track recordings on it. Or perhaps the most fun resource is getting together with friends and singing around a piano at someone's house or after school and working on just these 20-second selections from our performance pieces. So the first assignment talked about doing the song Ding Dong Merrily on High, the third verse, with the repeat of the different lyrics, and then just one chorus. So I'm going to demonstrate that to you, what I have students do. There's 4 students called into a practice room with me. There's a bass, there's 1 tenor, there's 1 alto, and a soprano. And they have their music, but there's no music playing with them. So they need to sing a cappella or without accompaniment, and hopefully stay in tune with each other while singing their own rhythm and their own pitches for their part. So if I was a bass, I would sing, pray you dutifully prime your matin chime, ye ringers. May you beautifully rhyme your eve-time song, ye singers. Gloria, Hosanna in excelsis. And then the teacher would mark using this rubric, well, his pitch was occasionally incorrect, but most of the time accurate, so an excellent there. Rhythm was excellent, maybe superior. Tone quality, his focus clear and centered. Sometimes when it got too low for the singer just now, it sort of dropped out, so I would say very good, and maybe encourage that singer to try the tenor part. And then expression and style. At the end of the phrase, I noticed the singer crescendoed at the end of the song, and so that was sort of expressive maybe in between here. And diction was not awful, but it wasn't superior, so around here. And then I add up these points and average them, and if there are mostly excellence, that's usually an A or an A minus. Superiors tend to help if there's a very good or an average, but if there's mostly averages, I ask for them to please retest. It's not required to retest part checks, but all students can do them an unlimited number of times until October 13th, which is the last day of the quarter, at which time I'll just take their highest scored assessment to that date and put it in as their final first quarter term grade. So students have an unlimited number of opportunities to do this. They can also, if they're absent, they can do late work or make up this assignment without any penalty. And I hope that gives students, but parents and family members of students, a good idea of what is expected in these part checks. They're designed to be no longer than 20 seconds per song, and they can use their music, so they don't need to memorize words or notes. And to use YouTube, to use Mr. Hawkins Choir's app for practice tracks, to use Friends, and to learn their notes and rhythm if they can't play the piano at home. If you have any questions, please email me at colbyh@vacavilleusd.org.